Welcome to Dance Mogul TV. We are live with Brian and Neil. Welcome to our show, Brian and Neil.
Thank you for having us.
Can you give us some background information on yourselves and also the pieces that you choreographed today?
Sure, absolutely. Myself, my name is Brian Henninger. I've been living here in New York City for going on 4.5 years now, working as a professional dancer in the industry, working on the commercial side of things, mostly in TV, music videos, and concerts for recording artists and things like that. And this tonight was actually the first time that I've ever put any piece of choreography on stage in front of people before. I've choreographed stuff for myself before, I've choreographed solos for other people in small group numbers, but this is the first time really taking a vision that we had and making it come together and putting it out there and having it affect people in an emotional way, which is the whole point of the anti-bullying concept and the teen suicide, and we really just wanted to shed light on that issue with this performance.
Now, when you sat down and thought about that piece, how did you want to bring that to life to where that the message would come across and have a powerful impact?
Oh, okay. Well, I'm Neil Schwartz. I am originally from New York. Went to school in Maryland and then moved back to New York to pursue dance. I am a teacher at Broadway Dance Center and I am a choreographer in the industry in New York. I'm a happy person.
No, that's fine. That's great.
I'm a happy dancer.
So tell me what some of the emotion that went involved into putting together the bullying piece.
You want to start? Okay.
So for this piece, for us personally, it's a very personal issue. We were both bullied growing up. I myself used to be about 110 pounds heavier than I am now. In high school, I was around 265 pounds, 270 pounds, and I was bullied for that a lot. And it was really, really tough. I was very depressed, and really music and eventually dance was my outlet and what allowed me to kind of finally feel at home and have a voice to voice those emotions and to voice those feelings that I had inside that I couldn't get out because I felt like people didn't want to hear what I had to say because of the way I looked. So for me, that's what this piece was emotionally about for me. It was about putting an emotion that's truthful to me in my life out and having it connect honestly with another person in the audience. Even if it's only one person for a split second, having it connect with them and affect someone in an emotional way is the reason that we do what we do. It's the reason that any artist does what they do.
Okay, thanks so much for that. If there's any words of encouragement that you would like to offer to the youth.
Yeah, the main thing is to always be yourself. There are outlets, there are places, there are resources where you can go to be heard, to be, to feel powered and feel uplifted, and that's what we wanted to show. We wanted to show we are of the younger generation, and we want to speak out to those who are in their teens or, who are, even in their 20s who are starting to deal with issues like this, and that this needs to be addressed. Parents, everyone, it needs to be known because it's the rates are skyrocketing, and we need as dancers and artists, we need to take a stand for it, and that's what we're doing.
And one final question, is there anyone that you would like to thank that helped you along your journey?
Absolutely. There's a couple of people I want to mention, but first, just to piggyback on what Neil said, so many times in the industry today, in the dance industry, we're so focused on what gig we're getting and what artists we're dancing for and what choreography job we get.
Yes.
And I think it's important to remember that as artists, we have a responsibility to shine light on issues. We were blessed with the talent to dance, to move, to emote, to connect with people on a deep level, a spiritual level. And it's a shame to see so many artists nowadays in the industry so focused on the jobs. And that's always important. It's important to push yourself as an entrepreneur, as a business person, but it's also important to look for ways to positively affect the world around you. Because the only way we're ever going to get past any of the human issues we have going on, be it racism, suicide, drug abuse, or anything, is to start looking at each other not as different people, but as parts of the same human race. And it's the same message that people like Michael Jackson were preaching, people like Elvis Presley, people like any icon through the years has harped on and really taken as their banner. And we just really wanted with this piece to represent something that was positive that made people wake up, that shocked people, and got people to think and talk about the issue. Because I guarantee you, one person went home tonight and they went to their parents and they asked them about this. And it opened up a conversation which can spread and really change the world.
Okay, thank you so much.
To answer your question about who influenced me personally, one person who presented a piece here tonight is like my dance mama, Rhapsody James. She taught me so much of what I know today as a performer, and she's inspired me to never settle. Never settle for good. It's not good enough to be good. You have to be great. You don't have to be great. You have to be amazing. And that takes pushing yourself. That takes motivation. That takes motivating your personal excellence in your career. And that's something that she's instilled in me. So to have her here watching our piece tonight is, for me, a huge honor. And I can't thank her enough. Obviously, my parents, my family and friends, everyone who supports me, of course.
For me, it would definitely be my parents. Always supported me no matter what. Always, even if they couldn't afford it, would just do whatever they could to help me with my dance career. My mentors, Luam, definitely Luam, who has basically just always been there for me through thick and thin, and then, you know, being inspired from Rhapsody to Kevin Maher to Tony Testa. I just
everyone,
so many, just and to our beautiful cast of dancers,
oh my gosh,
who we would be nothing without.
Okay, thank you so much for sharing your story with us, gentlemen.
Thank you for having us.